Children, have you ever wondered how gaseous exchange and transpiration occur in plant? To know the answer, let us see the session of plant tissue with plant epidermis. So epidermis is an outermost covering of leaves, flowers, roots and stem of plant which forms a boundary between the plant and the external environment. As you can see in the diagram, the epidermal tissue is flat and continuous layer which do not have intracellular space. The outer wall is much thicker than the inner wall. In general, plant epidermis function as to regulate gaseous exchange, and in some plants living in dry habitat, it protects against water loss. It also secretes some metabolic compound which helps against the mechanical injury, water loss, and infestation against parasitic fungi. Now let us see leaf epidermis. Leaf has got small pores which are called as stomata. These stomata are enclosed by guard cells. So in this diagram you can see that there is continuous opening and closing of guard cells so the gaseous exchange can occur. On the other slide you can see that the stomata also helps in the water loss in the form of transpiration. As the plant grows old, the outer protective layer also undergoes certain changes. So they transform as cork or bark. Epidermis produces certain chemicals like suberin in their wall which do not allow gases and water loss. Now let us see what are the different types of complex permanent tissue. Simple tissue is comprises of similar type of cells, whereas complex tissues are made up of more than one type of cells which coordinates to perform a common function. Example of complex permanent tissues are xylem and phloem. So xylem is a vascular and a mechanical tissue consists of 4 different parts, namely tracheids, vessels, xylem parenchyma and xylem fiber. Tracheids and vessels carry water and mineral salts from root to different parts of the plant in the upward movement, whereas xylem parenchyma stores food and help in the sideways conduction of water. Xylem fiber are a supportive tissue. Phloem is also like xylem, but it is composed of sieve tubes, companion cells, phloem parenchyma and phloem fiber. After photosynthesis, the food in the form of starch is stored in the leaf. So this phloem will transport the food from leaf to the storage organ and later from storage organ to different parts of the plant. So in this slide, you will see different components of xylem and phloem. So xylem comprises of vessel, tracheids, xylem fiber and xylem parenchyma, whereas phloem consists of sieve tubes, companion cells, phloem parenchyma and phloem fiber.